Hey everyone, Sir Jellybean here. We are back with Court Arms Gatesfeld Ostfront, and this is a look at the brand new German units coming out in Content Update 5. Now, if you're new to the Gates of Hell game, you get content updates normally before each DLC, every few months, and this is completely free. So these units you get whether you buy the new DLC for the Western Front or not. And we have some absolute doozies. I'd say these are the best free units we've had for a long time. So, we'll jump straight into it. Now, as you can see, I've gone from small to large, and we have some kind of odd little things. So for the Germans here, we have this small 250 munition supply trailer. Main difference between this thing is it can be hooked onto a half-track like this, and you can easily hook it onto basically half-tracks or towing vehicles. So it's the exact same as a normal ammo crate, as you can see, with a few mechanical repair kits, but it's just able to be towed, and obviously they can move it around themselves, I believe, like that. So, a nice little option for something a bit different, but nothing too major. But next we have the Schwimmwagen. Now this is basically an amphibious little car, basically like a Kuba wagon. As you can see, no armament, can carry up to 4 men, and needs one to drive it. Very lightly armoured, 2.5 armour, so rifles will go through it. Very nippy, as you can see here, take over. It's very, it's a nice little vehicle. It can go through water. It is amphibious, but like I say, it's another little added bonus, but it's very niche. You're not going to find too many uses for it, but it is quite good for just messing around with. And it looks cool. Like me and we did a content update 5 review with Puggo at Puggo Reborn. Check it out. We went very in depth. That was fantastic. And we did notice we had spades on the side, and on the other side we had, I believe, a paddle somewhere, depending on which model you get. So sometimes there is a paddle, so it's a very historically accurate model, which is fantastic. It looks absolutely brilliant, but as you can see, it doesn't even have any weapons, so it is a bit of a fun thing, but nothing that's going to make too much difference. Next we have the SDK said half track. It's the Outs D, and it comes with MG42s on both sides. It can carry three-man crew, 1 driver, 2 gunners. It can carry up to 9 man, a 9-man squad in the Fallschirmjäger, like here, can jump inside it. So that's brilliant. And yeah, it has armour of between 8 and 14.5, and as you can see now, it shows hull armour and extra armour, and if you have a turret, it also shows the turret armour. It's a nice addition to have this variant of the half track, the House D. MG42s make a big difference. I believe on the other variant, it's MG34s. They're very fast, very brutal, as you can see. Absolutely rapid, they'll kill infantry. They can even shoot down light aircraft if you're far enough. The half track's brilliant. It can obviously tow stuff, it provides you with a bit of armour. It's pretty mobile at speed 53. You can knock around quite quick. You can even take these MGs off if need be. Like, you can drop them there, and people can pick them up if you so wish. For instance, we'll just run this guy over. So there's always that. If you've got a half track that's damaged, you think, you know what, I want an MG42 on the infantry, you can just go and pick them up, and you can always place them back on and do that if you want as well. So that's quite useful, very useful vehicle to have. Nice little addition to the force, especially if you go mechanised Germans. Next we have, this is the cream of the crop. This is basically the armoured half, this is the half track, the House D, but it's the Worth Rahmen 40, which is the Stuka for suit, which is the walking Stuka. So this has 6 30cm, basically never worth ammunition. This is the largest German rocket ammunition available in the game, I believe, for artillery. And you get 6 already in and 12 in reserve. Now, not only is this thing a beast, but I've just realised it also can carry a full squad, just the same as this half track. As you can see, you can put 9 men inside the half track. You have 2 MG42s, a massive artillery fire. It has a bit of extra armour as well around it, just like that. And it also has the ability to absolutely demolish something. I will demonstrate now if we just go on. Sorry about the camera bumping. So it can fire up to 250 metres, I believe. It can fire pretty far. But we're just going to shell this position around here, if it allows me to. It is a bit harder to aim than the standard artillery because obviously they are stuck on the front of the half track, as you can see there. It's quite slow firing, but as you can see, you get 6 of them on the half track. It absolutely demolishes positions. Fantastic. Now, if you go in Conquest, it's quite pricey to buy one, but the fact that it can also carry infantry, so after that you can then go and deploy a squad of infantry straight out, basically makes it it's a very powerful unit. Very, very, very effective, and yeah, I'm a big fan of it now. And this is also an option to show another mechanic that they've added, which is the disband button, dismiss squad. So you know now when you have a squad, if you actually want them as individual soldiers, just click that and you go back to individual. You you can make your squads back up like that, which is quite useful as well, because occasionally I do this, which is annoying. I get a squad locked in with something, and then after jump transfer, you can just go, dismiss, and then get them back like that. So that's a nice little feature they've added as well, which is really cool. So yeah, the walking Stuka is fantastic. We've been waiting for it for a long time, and its reload speed, it's fairly slow, but it's basically a mobile Nebelwerfer, and I think it's better because it's armoured and you can fire them and manoeuvre away, which is great. Next we have the Wesp, which is obviously the little brother to the Grill, and this is the 10.5cm firing South-Pole howitzer. Now the Wesp is it's about 6 to 30 arm. It's pretty lightly armed, especially around the gun shield. A 5-man crew. Thing is, it's pretty mobile. Like I say, you can fire and manoeuvre it. You can quickly pump that around as we demonstrate. Pretty good reload speed, same as like most 10.5cm gun systems. It comes with high explosive. It also comes with heat rounds and armor piercing high explosive, so you can actually take on vehicles with it as well, which is really cool. So it's pretty powerful. I believe it's around like 800 to 900 points in the thing, so it's a little bit more expensive than your standard 10.5cm, but obviously it's mobile, it's got a bit of armour, and as you can see, the fact that it can move so quick does give you some options. It doesn't have an MG, which is a shame, obviously that's accurate historically, but it's a good unit, it's a very pretty unit as well, and I think having one of them as a sport thing is basically a nice option compared to the Grill. A bit more fast firing, but a bit weaker, it'll be a bit cheaper munitions wise, but I think it's a great vehicle. And yeah, I'm very happy that we've got the Wesp. And lastly, of the Germans, we've got the two variants of the Jagdpanzer 4. There's the early and the late, which is just more armoured version. Now, I'm a bit hit and miss with the Jagdpanzer. We'll quickly just go into the inventory. As you can see, you get tons of armour piercing, high explosive, armour piercing, composite rigid, and heat. So you get 42 armour piercing, 27 heat, 2 armour piercing, composite rigid, and 8 heat ammo. And on the late version, it's the same loadout as well. The only difference is that obviously has more heavy armour. And the extra armor is between 5 and 70 is the extra armor, and this is 75, which means this will have more extra armor around the vehicle. As you can see, it has side skirts. It even has a kind of more of a bulky back rear, so maybe there's a little bit of armor placed on there as well. And the only downside about the Jagdpanzer, this is the L48, which means it only has the same gun that's on the Panzer 4, which gives it 135mm max penetration with armor-piercing rounds. It's not the L60, which will probably come out of the Western Front, which is I believe about 180mm pen. So this thing has the same penetration as a Stuka or a Panzer 4 with better sloped armour. It's quite pricey. It's about, I think it's about 900. So yeah, you can pump out rounds quite ready, quite effectively, quite low to the ground, as Puggo mentioned. And you do have a smoke launch, which is great. But it's not a heavy tank killer. And by the time you get this, you're probably better off going down the Panther line, as the research tree has changed a little bit. But it does look very cool, but I'm a bit conflicted because the L60 will be worth it, whereas this variant I don't think is actually worth. You're better to bring the Stukas are a lot cheaper. So, in my opinion, I'd, especially in the early variant, stick to the Stuka. The late variant does have heavy armour, but me and Puggo on his did the demonstration, IS-2 went right through it. Even though it's got some sloped armour, there's still a lot of flat surfaces on it. There's still a lot of weak points on it, especially the MG point. And also things like the Stuka have the remote control MG, which I personally prefer on the late models, but this is pretty useful. It's an MG42, which is great, and this has an MG42 as well. But the smoke launcher is pretty good, I'll give you that. The smoke launcher is pretty decent. And yeah, it's a 4-man crew in that, and it's pretty nippy, it's 40 speed, I'll give you that. It's not bad speed-wise. You can get around the battlefield, but to me, I just think there's better options for the tank. But yeah, that was just a little quick wrap up of the German units and show the inventory. We've got some really cool stuff for the German forces. And I think it's a great little content update, and if you like, obviously, playing like niche units, I think you have a lot of fun, especially with the walking Stuka, which I think takes the gold medal in the brand new unit category, because it's just fantastic. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in a little bit, because I'm going to also put the Russian units next in the same video. So thanks for watching everyone, and you guys have a nice day.